Welcome back to another episode of Roll Call with Chappy. And it's been a minute here, but I got a special treat for you. I'm not going to put his real name out there, but used to go by C-Thug. Now it's Rico Bandz.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for coming through here.
No problem, brother.
And a lot of you guys don't know this, but I knew who he was back, I want to say middle school days.
Middle school, yeah.
I'm not going to say you're from Ahwatukee. I'm from Ahwatukee, though. We went to some of the same
I grew up in
schools.
Ahwatukee.
Okay, I didn't know if you claimed that or not like that. There's not too many
Yeah,
rappers from Ahwatukee.
I grew up out there.
All right, cool. But anyways, he actually 40 days out of the joint again.
Yes, sir.
And we got connected on Instagram because you can use Instagram for positive shit out there in the world instead of just bad shit or creeping on women. And we're going to drop some game to you guys on how he got to where he is. And I mean, he's killing it now, 40 days out of the joint. And we just want to do some inspiring motivational shit. So I'm going to let him give you his whole story about how he grew up, came up, and how he got to where you are now.
Yes, sir.
So, growing up in Ahwatukee, how was childhood growing up? Did you have parents at home and everything? Because I like to get everybody's whole stories because, you know, going to the joint,
Yeah.
a lot of those dudes are gangbangers, have horrible lives growing up, but there's a lot of people like myself that should have never made it to prison, but we all end up there too. So how was childhood life growing up then? Were your parents at home and stuff?
I had a stepfather that was there. My mother's father passed away, and she inherited some money.
Okay.
And that's how we moved from South Phoenix to Ahwatukee.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. And then how old were you when you moved to Ahwatukee?
Can't quite remember. I know it's third grade.
Okay.
So we started going to Los Lomas.
Yeah, Los Lomas, that's where I'm from. Damn, I didn't know you went to Lomas too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
About 30 some years
Yeah,
later. Oh,
yeah.
cool. All right, so how was childhood growing up for you? Did you start getting in trouble in Los Lomas in middle school and stuff, or were you a good kid?
I didn't start getting in trouble until Centennial, 6th grade.
Okay, see, mine was about 8th grade, but I always like to try to find out do you notice now, what the turning point was where you started getting into trouble? Was it lack of supervision at home, or was it just a bad crowd that you were hanging out with, or what was it?
I say it was the environment that I came from.
Okay.
Like the drug activity, the gangs, and then just moving over there was a little bit more different. So I was used to that.
And it was probably a little too quiet for you too. You're like, what the hell's going on out here? You know what I'm saying? What are you guys doing? Ain't nothing to do, and you're restless at home, huh?
For sure.
All right, so you brought some of that to Centennial Middle School then, huh?
Yeah.
So what did you start getting into at Centennial? Slanging drugs, or what was it?
Smoking weed.
Okay, smoking weed.
So I would go to my brother's house, South Phoenix, come back, smoke weed.
Damn, South Phoenix. South Phoenix is too close to Ahwatukee, bro, because that's where I went to prison from. You know, we would drive straight to the point right there every night, no joke, sneaking out with kids. And I'd spend all night in South Phoenix and just come back home 4 or 5 in the morning, sneak back into my room.
Come back in, through the window?
Yeah, absolutely. Straight up, just through the window.
We was all doing that.
Yeah. So anyways, about this gateway drug, weed. What happened after you started smoking weed?
I was just smoking weed. It was just having fun, partying and stuff. And, at that time, a lot of kids wasn't smoking weed in Ahwatukee.
Yeah.
So I had access to it, and eventually I started selling it.
Okay.
And
dude, my not to put some dudes on blast, my old dope deals right there at Centennial was D and Low, some two OG brothers. I don't know if you remember them. We used to literally buy nickel bags from there back in the day.
Nah.
I didn't never know their phone number. We'd literally go knock on their door. They come out with a nickel bag because that's all the money we had. We'd be coming there with change and shit sometimes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So did you get through middle school?
What do you mean?
Did you, go through middle school and then made it to high school?
Yeah.
And then Mount Point?
Yeah, Mount Point.
Did you graduate Mount Point?
I got caught up in Mount Point.
Okay, same here.
So that sting they had when they were...
Let's hear about this.
The police coming every day like they were students, but they were the police. So with that sting that happened, I can't remember...
22 Jump Street shit?
Yeah, yeah. So they came, I was going to school, and at the time I think I had dropped out. And I was sitting, what's those apartments at behind Mount Point?
I don't remember the name of them. Not Presidio, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I was standing right there, and I was waiting for a taxi to come get me so I can go to South Phoenix. And I had a couple bags on me, and this guy walked up and he's looking for somebody. He said his name or something. I'm like, okay, what's up? I'm like, what you looking for? He's like, 20. So I sold him a 20. Boom. About a month later, I'm at the football game. I think it was South versus Mount Point or something, or Desert Vista versus Mount Point. I can't remember. And police rush up like, we need to take a picture of you. Boom, boom, boom. We had guns in the car and stuff. And my boys like, man, let him take the car. I think we had Kenny Wiggins. Kenny Wiggins to play for the Cowboys.
Okay.
He let us use his I think it was a 5.0 drop top.
Yeah.
So they're like, man, just take the picture. I'm like, all right, I ain't did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
About a week later, damn, cameras. Now I'm on the news.
No way. What'd they hit you for that one?
I don't know, some weed or something, like selling to undercover. So
okay.
When I went to court, he was right there. Like, damn, shit, I'm fucked.
Yeah, straight up. You see the dude right there?
Seen him right. I'm like, damn. Going to school, he was partying.
No way.
People doing drugs with him and everything too. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. All right. So then, how does your high school year finish? You don't finish high school, right?
No.
Just go to the straight streets or what?
From there, I went to McClintock, Went there for a little bit, and then I went to Desert Vista, and I dropped out from Desert Vista.
Damn. What was the reason for dropping out of the schools? Was it attendance and just partying and stuff?
I just want to make some money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to rap. Oh, let me cut this off.
Yeah.
Rapping, and drug selling. You know what I'm saying? Riding around in old schools on the Daytons with the nice paint and,
school was slowing your ass down, huh?
fucking on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On women.
All right. So then now let me tell you what you get into then when you dropped out of high school. What were you doing?
Selling drugs.
Okay.
I was selling drugs, man. I think from the age of 13 to like 15, I was on probation.
Really?
Not 13 to 25, I was on probation.
No way.
So 13 years old, that's when I first went to juvenile.
Really?
From Centennial.
Okay.
Assault.
Damn.
And then
you must have whooped somebody bad and to go to jail for that.
Well, they tried to jump me, and I pulled out a.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from over there, so it's a different type of.
Yeah.
And
people don't even know the different lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have no clue.
So at the time, they were jumping kids at school. You know, after school, they was jumping them. So me and my brother used to, come home, walk home from Centennial, sometimes catch the bus or whatever. And I'm like, man, they gonna get us. You know what I'm saying? So I just protected myself, and that's what happened.
Little rich white kids jumping people on
Come on, man. You know
right?
what they had? What they had, the Awatuki Party Crew?
Yeah, APC.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm coming from Southern, so it's like, no, you're not doing that to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And when it happened, and they told on me, and
so how old were you when you caught your first case and went away?
What do you mean?
Like you said you're on probation from 13 to 25. Did you get at 25? Did you complete probation or did you just get locked up?
I got locked up at 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that your first prison bid?
Yeah, first prison bid. So from 13 to 18, I did pretty much. I was on probation. I did good, and then probably about like 22 or maybe 20, got caught up again.
Okay.
Probation. Everything was always probation.
Yeah.
You know, getting caught with guns or whatever.
Yeah. Are you rapping at this time, or when did you start rapping?
I started rapping I put out my first CD 2001, so I started probably rapping around like 98, 99. Really like dropping in the studio, you know what I'm saying? But writing songs was like 7, 8, 9 years old.
How did you get into that too? Were you always were you writing and like rhyming and stuff when you were a kid, or?
Yeah.
Because I'm always fascinated by it. But
The Box, like I used to watch The Box. Remember The Box? It used to come on used to come on The Box, and the TV changed the channel like this.
Yeah.
It's channel 58. So I used to always like listen to Too Short, DJ Quick, Spice One, E40, 2 Live Crew, stuff like that. And just started rapping, just started rhyming. So that's what I want to be growing up. I just want to rap. I want to sell drugs, rap, and ride around in a nice car, and that's what I seen.
Yeah.
Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. You see that, you like, shit, I'm a gangster too.
I'm gonna do that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
So it was outside.
Damn, man, that's crazy. All right, so then doing the rapping thing, when you go to prison, are you still rapping?
Yeah.
Okay, and then did you do any cool stuff?
So I signed to Warner Brothers in 2007.
Okay.
$1.5 million.
No way.
Yeah, 2007. We put out the CD in 2009.
Real quick, how tough was it to get there before then, bro? Because I'm friends with quite a few rappers on stuff. It's tough to get like real sign and noticed, especially back then. Social media probably wasn't as big too. So how the hell did you pull that off?
I had a producer that was producing me, since 2000. His name was Chris Allen.
Okay.
And he knew somebody that worked at Warner Brothers was Bruce Johnson.
Gotcha.
So while he was, showing me how to rap and count bars, and we in the studio, he's, getting me together. It took about 7 years.
Okay.
And he introduced me to Bruce, and then come to find out, me and Bruce got the same birthday, August 30th.
That's right.
And we just started going through the music, going through the process, and he told me to drive down to California, Burbank, got a deal for me.
No way.
Yeah. So
Tell me how that day was when you finally get your first deal.
Man, I was like, damn, this shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I had like hood deals, like people that had independent labels and stuff like that. But then once you get like you right there and you signing and they, you got the round table right there, you like
the real stuff like you see.
Yeah, you like, this is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's going through your mind right then?
I made it.
Okay. And then what's next? Are you thinking about giving the streets up, or you're just like, oh, this is it?
I'm still in the streets.
I made it, kick this up 10 notches, and I'm already made it now.
I just took that money, invested into that, and hey.
So tell me how the next few years of your life go after that.
So 2 years, I'm just doing music. At that time, the economy started going bad. 2008. They dropped a lot of artists on Warner Brothers. They kept me on there, and I was signed for 2 years because I signed a label deal. After that, Fontana, Mr. Fab from Mac Dre's label, was at Thiz Nation.
Okay.
Jay Diggs and all them. So I let them listen to the demo I had, and he gave it to Stretch Thiz McCoy, and he runs Town Thizness. He liked it, and he ran it through Fontana. It was Thiz Nation, Town Thizness, Fontana, and then that's when C Thug, I Am Arizona came out.
Damn.
Yeah. So when I got to prison in 2010, it was already in the Pack Central, was already in the Wild Horse. Oh, what else we had?
Pack Central. Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So when I got to prison, I was already a celebrity. And I was just a street dude, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
oh man, damn, I got your album. I'm like, what the? I'm like, damn.
And how do they? Because I'll be real
I
about
didn't know it
this.
was in there.
Well, let me tell you this, but your people are a little crazy in the joint too. So like, for real, like, how do they treat you there? Because I've seen it go completely opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on the yard with DMX, bro, and like there was not, they didn't show that dude love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say nothing bad about people like but they didn't treat that fool right at all. Did they show you love, or were they trying to?
Well, my uncles Terry and Jerry Graves, they started AAC. You know, AAC 113.
Yeah.
So they started that. So I mean, they already knew pretty much my last name and who I was. And
Yeah.
I'm already moving anyway, like that.
That's where you get the untouchable.
Yeah.
Like I had right there
Yeah.
on my leg right there. This was untouchable with that shit. Yeah.
So I'm already with with the business. So I didn't have no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So then what was your mindset when you got out of prison on that bid? Were you going to be like kind of productive, or were you still thinking about doing this? Because most people, here's what I even had to think. Like when I thought I was going to get like 3 or 4 years, like I was supposed to get when I ended up getting a 12-piece, my mindset was like, all right, I'm going to do this shit a little bit smarter. I'm going to dumb this shit down a little bit, but I'm still going to do like kind of street stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
was your mindset to do that, or were you like, all right, fuck this, I'm done now. I'm just going to go to rapping?
When I had a whole I wanted to change my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want my son to be called Little Thug. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time I was going by C Thug.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna change my name. And I had this whole plan of me getting out, starting this clothing company. Doing my album again, doing it independently instead of going with a label. I want to try something different. And I got out. I was doing it. You know, the first person I did a song with was Corey Guns. You know, that was signed to Young Money. We reached out. He reached out, and we did a song, and then we shot a video. And everything was going good, you know what I'm saying? But I was still like dabbling in the streets. I was still, trying to make some money because I needed to fund the project. I needed the clothes and the jewelry and stuff like that.
And you still got a hold of that image you had before you went to the joint.
Come on, man. You know how it is. I come home with a little money I made in prison, but that was nothing. Once you come out, things are going bad again, and you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that. You got kids and whatever. And at that time, I was just going through it. I had a girlfriend, and when I got out, she got pregnant a couple months later. Now I got twins on the way. I'm stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this music. I'm living at my mother's house. I'm living over there at her mother's house.
Real quick, this is real world shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can look at you and think you got to go on. Like we all deal with the shit. The only problem is we don't give up when tough times get there. You know what I'm saying?
I had some money. I had some money set to the side. My grandmother, I sent my money to my grandmother because I knew she wasn't going to spend my money.
Yeah.
She might spend a little bit. She's like, when I came, she's like, I'll spend some money on at the casino.
I was gonna say the casino. That's mine.
I said, how much? She's like, a couple thousand. I said, it's cool. I got everything else. She's like, yeah. And man, like I said, everything was going bad. I think I put some brake fluid or oil in a brake fluid thing, and the car locked up, and that's $5,000 that I had saved up. Boom, that's gone, and then clothes, and I'm just like, man. And I said I wasn't gonna do nothing. And then I said, man, I gotta do something. So I just started hustling and investing into myself.
Real quick, this is just for me personally. Like, I don't know, it's because I did so much time, bro, but like. The reason I never got back in that life, because I swear to God, if I bought like one sack of dope and tried to sling it, like, dude, I would be the most paranoid human being on the face of the earth. Like, I would have a panic attack. I don't think so. When you got back into it, are you like stressed out, like scared times 1,000, or like what is your mindset, bro? Because like I'm serious, bro. I did so much time in there, like touching the thing of drugs. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna go back to prison or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I did after I did that 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I was, I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing. But it's like, what I'm gonna do? Nobody never taught me, invest into this or do this and do that. Like, I never had a job, so it was like I didn't know what else to do. Either was gonna rob somebody or sell some drugs.
Yeah, for sure.
And I did both.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I robbed somebody to get on my feet to fund the drugs, and then I didn't look back.
Yep.
And that's where I was at a point in my life, and then I had, couple dollars in my pocket. I got these kids on the way. What I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I already got 2 kids. Now I got 2 more kids coming, and I'm broke. So I'm just like my back against the wall, and That's all I knew at the time.
Yeah.
And eventually, I got caught back up. You know what I'm saying? For the same thing, I got caught up for conspiracy.
Damn, and bro, you're lucky you only got a few years this last time too.
I mean, I hired Cameron Morgan out of Scottsdale. He's a good conspiracy lawyer, wiretap specialist, and he helped me out.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that should have been for sure a 5 or 10 year bid probably. With it.
They wanted 9, or they wanted 10, and then they was like 9.
Oh, so you're the public defender, but you're signing for 10 years on that thing.
Man, listen. I said I got to get the best lawyer up out here.
Yeah.
So I had some change put up, and that's what I did.
All right, so I want to get into this stuff. So this last prison bid, did you do your prison time differently? Because I politicked and just literally did drugs and killed people the whole time I was in prison, bro. Straight up. Like, I didn't do anything positive. Did you do this next bid any different, or were you still the same dude in prison?
I changed my mental and like my way of thinking before I went in, because I was out on bond. I was on the run for 2 years and 1 month because I ran. They didn't find me. I ran, and then I was out on bond for a year and 8 months. So during that time, I was transitioning myself, for the exit plan. Like I invested into a beer and wine store. I think it was called Right Quick. It was somewhere in Tempe. I had invested with one of my boys. That failed, and then that was like $55,000 I put in there, and I got like $12,000 back. Then I shipped some cars to Nigeria with my cousin, and I think I made $50,000 in 3 months. So I got that money back. So remember I told you 55. So I took a little hit on that, and then I bought 20% of Twin Peaks in Cleveland, Ohio. So that was going on while I was fighting my case, and while I was in prison. And then I invested into the cultivation. I bought some houses, other business. I started Mouthful of Bands on the run, and then when I got out on bond, I picked it back up, started molding all the celebrities, doing these pieces like this.
And how do you start that? And then is it just from like the network that you built up to? Because you know some pretty big people. Shout out to Mike Rashid, but yeah, you know some pretty big people out there too.
I went to Houston and got my teeth done. I had a deal with Crime Jewels, and I seen how he was set up and doing his thing. And I know a lot of people said, like, I can bring a lot of people to the table. Let me work for you. And we negotiated a deal, and I started working for him. And then eventually it started going bad, and I cut ties, and then I started my own company.
Damn, that's legit.
Yeah.
So then when you got out, you're just, the entire time you got out, you're like, you got all these other businesses going on, you're like full on done with the street life? I'm done
with the streets. I started doing the grills. I had put a lot of money towards a lawyer and just fighting my case and stuff, and then I bought a house and stuff like that. And so I'm like, man, this is what I got to do.
What are your plans? What are your goals now?
Right now, I want to give back to the youth. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a big influencer. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you are, Mike Rashid, and a few other people.
Yeah.
And just let them know, like, this is, that street life is not it, man. Like, you can do more things. You can make way more money legit than being in the streets. And you ain't got to look over your shoulders.
How nice is that?
Man, my checks are nice.
Right? And they're literally, you get a fat check and you don't have to look over your shoulder. It's a different world, bro. Because all that money's fake money anyway. So the whole time you're scared, it's not if it's over, but when it's going to be over.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You never have to have that thought anymore.
Yeah.
Give another message to any other kids out there like trying to commit to the gangs or something like that, just that might be listening to this podcast, man.
Man, as far as like the gangs and the street life, man, that's not it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything you want in life is yours already. Like, if you wanted those pair of sneakers, those shoes, what do? You save up money and go get them. You don't have to rob, you don't have to steal, you don't have to kill or do none of that, man. You don't have to go through what we went through to be, who we are today. And, that's all I got to say to you guys, man. Just, live life and enjoy it, because life is short.
Yeah. So we had just met now too, and you're 40 days out. Like, I hadn't done a podcast in 2 months. I want to throw you on the right away so we can put this one in the tablets.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of crazy, but you literally just got out 40 days, and now these dudes in prison are going to be listening to your stuff. Probably in the next 2 weeks, they'll be able to listen to it too.
Yes, sir.
So I want to do a follow-up in the next 6 months, and to be honest, I'm gonna put you up on some game too. Like, you got some business going on, but I got, my boy Brian Banks. We do like 20 different things out here, and I'm gonna put you on a bunch of like legal hustles, and that's what it's about now. So it's about networking and then putting each other up on game and like all building and growing together, doing positive stuff. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Mr. Rico Bandz, for coming here again. We're gonna do another one in 6 months, man. I just appreciate your time. Give one last little message to anybody that's sitting in their cell right now, listening to this, thinking they got it shitty or thinking they got a bad life or doesn't know like what next spot to turn into in life.
What I want to say to you guys is, if you're sitting in prison and if you're in Arizona, sign up for the Second Chance program. They can help you, get your CDLs. They do coding. They got HVAC. They got so many classes that can help you if you're 90 days to the gate, man. So I think that's a good program. I did it. I just came home 90 days early. So I think that's what you should do: sit in there, read some books, listen to the podcasts, get your mentor together, work out, and keep your faith. Never give up on that. That's it.
That's right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Roll Call with Chappy.
Yes, sir.